Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. It's locked. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
Can you tell me it?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Doctor.
My fault?
Oh, nothing. It's just...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reid? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Does my arrival inconvenience you?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swan.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion and...
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and...
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reid.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should...
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm
not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Doc.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this
I know we've never met before.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of...
There is no need for such animosity between us.
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precise...
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine...
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for...
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved...
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reid, but
And what exactly is that supposed to...
I served in the war just like you. But unlike...
Be careful what you insinuate, Doctor.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve...
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved...
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter.
We can at least agree on something. Thank... Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science...
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should...
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process...
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr...
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about...
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your...
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody up...
Please, tell me about the recent commotion.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom.
Do you know who the nurse was? Are you satisfied with your treatment?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be...
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid?
In other circumstances, you would be right. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fitz.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed.
I was more curious about what you were doing before.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing.
Strickland and Ackroyd.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals.
You seem worried about the safety of your family.
I cannot give up on my children now.
What about their mother, if I'm...
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids.
Tell me more about the death of your wife.
1915.
What happened? I'm sorry for your loss. So...
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children after losing...
They were smaller then. The only good thing...
Tell me about your injury, Harvey.
My wife died because of me. And now...
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught and...
You can't hold yourself responsible for...
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work.
Is there anything else that's bothering you?
I'm all right. Considering the...
Goodbye for...
I will not let you go on, my boy. No more coming. How could we be sure?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be
Can you tell me anything about recent events?
Oh, goodness me. This whole...
What are you talking about?
Poor Miss Jones. Her body...
Miss Jones's body has gone missing?
Yes. The body was brought here this morning.
Who could have stolen...
That's exactly what I asked myself for the whole day.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a...
Why do you have to watch these...
Because these poor fellows have no names.
Why close the hospitals?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of...
Are you afraid or uneasy?
Why should I? These bodies are empty.
An interesting point of view.
Sir, as a medic during the war...
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked...
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir.
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few...
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree.
Whatever your motives, you're making money by stealing from the dead. Dr. Swansea should be informed.
No offense, sir, but Dr. Swansea is one of my customers.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir. All kind of people.
Who comes here to trade with you?
I'm very cautious, sir.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to...
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life?
No. I believe we must do all...
Do you think you would enjoy immortality?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is...
So you're ready to die?
No, I'm not. I don't fear death.
You're a wise man.
No, Dr. Reid. I am a foolish man.
Please show me what...
Of course. It's just trinkets and... Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive.
I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid...
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember.
He was also very confident about...
Can you tell me anything about the recent...
It's a tragedy, pure and simple.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Ham?
It's not your fault. You rescued...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor...
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that.
You don't have to blame her for...
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only...
What is the Pembroke Hospital?
This hospital is not exactly the best of London.
It's more than enough. In any case, the person...
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid.
What can you tell me about the stuff?
Some are really good, and others are...
Tell me more about...
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl.
You really seem to admire...
I'll go even further. If she was a man...
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve.
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator.
Do you need any medical...
Come on.
Goodbye, Doctor. It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Boom! Here's one of them! Watch yourselves! Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Eat this!
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reid. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here for charity.
Miss Edwina Cox.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton.
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless at...
You still use your husband's name, Edwina.
Why shouldn't I? Maybe a bloody bastard, but I'm...
Are you aware of what happened?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the...
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I sell...
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be...
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can...
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss...
Fair enough. Stay away from us, then.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that...
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after it.
You're quite blunt, aren't you? What can you tell me about this?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you...
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay...
Looting corpses in a mass...
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can act...
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwin.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution.
What happened exactly? So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him...
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reid.
So you decide who lives and who dies.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that.
Can I see what...
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reid, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boy.
What can you tell me about...
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us.
Well, you're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time.
More efficient, really?
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she...
Tell me about the man you killed.
One of us had been killed. So...
There has to be more to...
No, really. One of us got killed.
Are you so heartless that you could...
Have you looked around recently?
Do you need medical...
I feel fine.
Goodbye.
The epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Good evening, Miss...
Hello again, Doc.
Booth Digby looks at you with love.
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive... What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to...
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him. Both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know.
So you're just like any other couple, after all.
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in.
Goodbye, Miss.
Foolish girl and her pretty principles. Got no idea.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Good evening, sir. I was just being polite.
Don't like questions, or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watt...
What can you tell me about this part?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of...
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh.
Sometimes it's hard to be...
I just want her to smile.
Do you require medical...
That's something I didn't expect to hear again.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're...
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reid?
Goodbye, Mr.
Every night, a dark, and every dawn, another death.
Hello, boy.
Hello.
Did I scare you?
No, it's just that...
Well, I won't.
My name is Rufus, sir.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton?
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the turquoise turp.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But...
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these...
What do you do around here?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work. What with my head and all.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the commune.
Are you alone?
I don't have...
So you have no home?
No. I mean, yes.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me.
A real doctor treats everyone...
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
So long, Rufus.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights...
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. Try asking.
What do you do for a living?
I drink. I drink.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am.
Don't you work?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time.
Is there anything in particular?
How dare you say such a thing?
No reason at all to rejoice, then?
Let me tell you
All right.
A few years ago,
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb.
You lost people?
I've lost everything.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever find the...
Is there anything in particular that...
How dare you say such a thing?
Why are you so...
Cynicism is the polite way.
No reason at all to rejoice.
Let me tell you.
Another time, perhaps. Surely you must have had dreams.
Sure. I wanted things.
Sounds like you were an...
No, sir. I was an anarchist.
Do you really think the world is that bad? I want to know more about your past.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake.
Do you still see your comrades, then?
No. I hope they'll come to share.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor.
Inebriate?
Yes. I feel...
Take this, then. And perhaps you...
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only...
Goodbye.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for...
Good evening, Tom. You remember me, then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about...
It's not that bad.
Who? How is it you can keep this place open?
Well, since everybody needs it.
Since I'm here.
Well, perhaps...
How could a Doctors aren't immune to disease.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about...
Something like that. Nothing that a few wise...
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock.
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't...
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. It would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Do you need...
I'm all right.
Goodbye, Mr. Watt.
I should have offered a drink to the boy.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
A man of science.
What can you tell me about this neighbor?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gill?
It's impossible to,
But it's my duty.
So... how
I patrol late at night.
Can I help in it?
Actually, yes.
Are you asking me to paste...
If you wouldn't mind.
How do you identify a...
It's simple, really. They can't stand...
Have you ever killed one of these?
Of course I have. What kind?
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen? Were you ever tempted to join the Guard?
I did think about it, but I'm more...
So you hunt alone?
Vampires are just like every other predator.
Do you need my...
I appreciate your concern.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your...
All I will say is this. Gossip.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watt.
Good.
just as long.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first.
I'm much more myself than when we first met.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor.
What can you tell me about...
People don't appreciate that love.
You look concerned.
This is a bad borough. Most...
I have nothing to fear.
Yeah, I'm a brave woman myself, Dr. Reid.
This place seems... How shall...
We get people of all sorts here.
So this bar is...
Yeah. Tom's
Your boss must be quite the nego...
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke.
Excuse my curiosity.
Something bothering you?
Believe me, I never...
If that's true, you'd be one of the...
I'm sorry if I worried you.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bob...
Do you recall...
I'm fine, sir.
Good.
I should have offered a drink to the boy.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
It's locked.
Easy, Doctor. This one's mine. An end to you.
I cannot enter. Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Sean Hampton's trail.
I hate leeches! Want some of this? Don't like that, do ya? Die, vermin! Stop this! Nothing fucking beast! Burn it, boys! I hate leeches! Die, vermin! That's all you deserve! I hate leeches! Crush the leech, boys! I'll send you to hell! Killing's all you deserve! Burn it, boys! Want some of this? Die, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast. I have this thirst for blood. It's locked. It's locked. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes.
That's quite judgmental.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to
May I ask what you do?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living.
As I told you, I'm a doctor.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money and an...
Why such hatred? Are you judged?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here.
If you have something to say, say it.
Oh. You
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you...
Oh, your manner.
You're right, Miss Paxton. My
You tell me, Dr. Reid.
You speak of strikes, and...
You bet I am. Well,
You lost your job.
those bastards really had...
Isn't the whole point of trade union...
A few nights back,
What really happened?
I drank too much that night.
Do you need medical...
No, thank you.
Well, I'll leave... Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid, can I be of it?
Good.
Yeah, people are still working at this time, while you're lot slurping soup before bed.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks?
And what about you? Working outside at night in this...
You want to know my secret?
Is it not dangerous to work...
As long as I have good legs, I can...
Are you homeless?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now.
What can you tell me about...
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton.
What can you tell me about this?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me.
You really think I...
No. I think you had better stay and help us...
Which local dangers must...
Well, the gangs, the thieves...
Well, I am not someone so...
Glad to hear that. And if you get into...
Do you need my...
I'm fine, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye, Miss...
I know I promised you to make everything right, Mum. But it's not been that simple.
Yeah, people are still working at this time, while you're lot slurping soup before bed.
Why the long face, Doctor?
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. We may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Scal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost. Separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.